So we have a list of links that we have here, but let's look at a few problems that we have. So for example, let's go to page, let's say page 3. Okay, so if we are in page 3 here, this will start at page 1, 2, 3, which is okay, 4, 5, and then finally the next. So now if you see there are a lot of several repeats here, page 4, which is kind of a waste, and then page 1 and page 1 here. So the thing is, we already know that we have first page here, so there's no need to add it here either. So to solve this problem, what we can do is say, put an if statement here. I just say if I is equal to 1, then we continue. So I'm just going to say continue like this, semicolon. Okay. So what continue means is it's going to loop back. So if it gets here and I is equal to 1, then it will loop back and it won't go down here. It will just go to the next iteration in the loop. So we're going to skip that 1. So let's see if that happens. I'm going to refresh. So you see now we have page 1, page 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we still have this problem of page 4 being repeated here. Now, the only way to solve this problem is to see where we ended here, and then once we click next, we should start from there. Now, it's up to you if you want to skip all these, go to several pages in the future, because here we're on page 3, we can go to 4 or 5. So if we click next, we should be able to go to the next batch of these. So the way to do that is, first of all, we should know what the last one was, the last number here, and then we add the button number to that so that we can skip a few pages forward. So here I'm just going to add a variable called num, and this one is going to be equal to start. Actually, let me just equal this one to current page, right? Current page plus 1, like so. Okay. Then while we are in here, right at the end there, I'm just going to say num is equal to I, like so. That way I know exactly what the last value was. So if I copy this and get to this point, all I need to do is put page is equal to num plus the button number here, like so. So let's see what value we get here. So if I refresh now, you see we go to page 7. That way we go to the next batch of these. So let's try here if I go 30. So we have the first page, we have page 28, 29, and then 30. But then we also have 31, 32, and then we can skip to 34 if we click next here. That way we are not wasting any buttons here. Okay, that is good. And then now what we need is to know the current page. So the current page should have a 1 on this second parameter here, on the third parameter here. So that should be a 1 for true or false. So it's page 30, so that should turn to a 1. So how do we achieve that? So here we can put that if statement in here. Okay, so we're just going to say active here and say active is equal to 0. That's the default value. And then let's put active in here. But then we have the option to change it. If we add an if statement and say if I is equal to current page, if that is true, then we're going to have active is equal to 1, like so. Okay. So back here, I will refresh, and you see that this is the current page now. It has a 1, whereas the others have a 0. If I go to page 40, you'll see that 40 has a 1, the others do not. Okay, so I think we are complete here, and now we just need to loop through these guys on the other side. So in order to do that, we have to go to our admin section, and let me remove all this. So we did get our links. Let me just move this to the bottom where it's really needed. It's not needed up here, but actually for the sake of easy copying, I'll leave it here. So I can copy all of this as part of the pagination. Then I'll get links over here and just send it to as part of the data. So I will do this and do links here, and then I will send this variable over there. Okay, great. So now that we've sent it, if I go to the blade, I can now do a loop over here. So first thing I would do is add an if statement. So I'm just going to do this and say if is set links, like so, full colon, close that, and let's do the end if semicolon, close that. Okay, so if links is set and is array, if it's set and is an array links, then we're good to go. So in here I'm going to loop through the items over here. So I'm just going to say, I'll paste this and use a for each loop here. For each links as link, like so. So I don't need any of these guys. Actually, here I may need this on the other side. So let me cut this, go back to my page. On the next, right here, where is next? Right over here, I will paste this as part of it. Same thing at first. No, I think I'll leave that there. Then come back here and delete all of these guys. What I need now is to close the for each loop and for each. Okay, so for each and for each, and yes. So now this has items we can use. So let me come back here. Yeah, so there's an array inside it with the label, the URL, and whether it's active. So back here, the label should go here. So like that. The first item is the label. So just with that, if I come back here and refresh the page, this is what we get. So first 38, 39, 40. Now, what about these? What are these bad boys? I don't know what those are. Let me come back here. So this is probably where they're coming from. Let me remove that for now. Okay, so they disappear. Anyway, let's do it without them. So this is the thing here. Now, if you want to reduce the number of buttons here, you can reduce the default here, or you can supply a different number when collecting here at the very end. So for example, I can do (1) like this. Then if I refresh, you see that the number is less, like so. Okay, so if I now, these are not linked yet, so they don't work as links. Let's go back to page 1. And there we go. So we have first, to, and next. Now let's put the links to these things. So if I come back to Blade here, yes, so we have this, but then we need a link. So I'll put an A tag there, and then in the href we'll do this, and then we're going to put number 2, and then I will close this like so. That way they are clickable. So if I want to click next, yeah, that doesn't look very promising. It says admin 0. So I don't know why that is. Wait a minute, back here. Oh, I see. Sorry, that's my bad. It's 1, not 2. So that's the second item is 1. So back here, refresh. Okay, there we go. So that's page 1 there. If I click here, we're on page 2. If I click here, we're on page 3. If I click next, we go to more pages, or I can go to the first page. So this is working fine, except that all of them look selected. So let's see what we can do about that. I'm just going to copy this right here. We need an if statement here. So let's add an if statement. We're just going to say, let's do this, echo. We're going to echo this, and let's put 2 there. So if that one is true, question mark, then we're going to put button primary like this. We're just going to put it in an inverted comma like that. And then we'll put full colon and just put empty string, close that, and do that, put a space. Okay, so that should work. Refresh. That's page 1. Oh, I see what's going on. Click here. Okay. Page 3, page 4, page 3, next, first. Okay, so because of the first here, let's see. If I remove this continue there, let's see how that will work. We'll have page 1, which is there, first page. Yeah, I think this still works fine. Yeah, I think it works fine. So we're just going to get rid of that one. Not really that important to get rid of the page 1, so that at least we can see that we are on page 1 when we are on page 1. Okay, first page. Okay, so things are working out, but there's a single problem here, and we're going to deal with it in the next video, because the problem is if I don't have that page thingy there, and I try to click next here, you see that things are not moving. There's no page 2, next, none of this works anymore. It only works if there is already a page variable in the URL. So let's see how we can fix that in the next video.